Hello and welcome back to A Better World. This is your host Mitchell J. Rabin, and we're very glad you're joining us again today. Today we are on location in southern New Jersey, of all places, right near a Hindu temple, where we are interviewing Deepakbhai, who is recently here from India, from Gujarat, and he is here to give teachings on a subject related to liberation. Liberation of the soul. There's actually nothing more important or more valuable to discuss. And so we are really very happy and privileged to have the chance to sit down with Deepakbhai, who is the latter-day lineage holder of a gentleman named Dada Bhagwan, who in 1958 in Gujarat, at a railroad station of all places, had an experience of total liberation, total self-realization. And this experience has been filtering through generations at this point into the present day through Deepakbhai, who is here to give a transmission of a certain knowledge, a certain energy, a certain intelligence that allows there to be the liberation that we're discussing. So thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure to have you. So first, if you would, tell me, how is it that you yourself personally came about this lineage in particular? There are so many spiritual traditions, of course, in India, let alone the rest of the world. What is it that brought you aligned with this one?
I was at age of 17. First meet to Dada Bhagwan, very young. Really, my brother, he is interested to know about spirituality, and he went to Dada Bhagwan initially. Then he pulled me to come to Dada Bhagwan and get spiritual knowledge. And he got, Dada Bhagwan is given within 2 hours knowledge of self-realization. And I got at the age of 17, within 2 hours, this knowledge of self-realization. Then I don't have any worries, stress. I was in studying engineering, BE Mechanical in Bombay, VJTI. In 4 years that my study was continued. Then I started my job for 3 years. Then I started my business. And up to today, I feel all the time inner bliss, inner permanent happiness. There is no stress, no worries, no.
You look that way. I mean, you look totally at peace. I'm feeling peace just sitting next to you, actually.
Because of this knowledge of self-realization.
Now, internally, I know your brother dragged you there, but did you have a yearning yourself personally for this kind of knowledge or this kind of experience?
Dada is giving this knowledge in group. So,
yes.
Yeah, in group I got this knowledge with the help of, about say 20, 30 people together is giving ceremony of Jnana, spiritual knowledge.
But you see, sometimes it's said that the answer is proportionate to the depth of the question. So if there was a yearning inside you, that was met by someone who could actually answer it? Or was it because your brother's nudging you that was it? Or did you personally feel a real wish at that age,
No.
a young age, for liberation?
No.
Not really?
Not. My brother, he got happiness. He feel this is because he learned so much spiritual scripts of Jainism. He want to become monk in that Jainism. But after 3 years he come back because he says he observed that there is only rituals there. There is no experience of soul. So he came back. Then he just wandering here and there and doing some small scale business. And our home is only 10 home, means about 3 to 4 blocks away from Niruma. And where Dada Bhagwan is coming every day. So Niruma's house is only 3 to 4 blocks away from our house.
And she is who Dada Bhagwan gave the lineage, in a sense, to after he passed.
Niruma.
Just
Dr.
for the sake of
Niruben
our audience, I want them to know
Yeah.
the history and the lineage.
Yeah, Dr. Niruben Amin.
Yes.
And she got knowledge from Dada Bhagwan in 1968, before me.
Yes.
And she's always remained with Dada Bhagwan and doing all this personal work as well as recording of all speech and doing editing of all spiritual discourses.
It sounds like you have a lot of doctors and engineers in your community.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a curious thing.
All educated people.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Also uneducated people are
Of
also.
course, everyone is invited. Yeah.
Because this is spiritual science.
Yeah.
Suppose ordinary person can use mobile, computer.
Right.
Learned person can also use. Engineers, doctors, architects, all film industry, or all say laymen can use this mobile and computer.
Right.
So this is also spiritual science.
Yes. That's
Dada
available
Bhagwan-
for everybody.
Everybody,
Everybody. Sure.
learned and unlearned.
Well, you are an interesting example here because the questions that I was asking before, you came because your brother brought you. So even in a personal yearning isn't even required for success on this path. On some there is, you understand. And here, anyone, even without a curiosity, can be in the presence of back then Dada Bhagwan and now you, and still attain the liberation.
Same path is going on. Same knowledge is transferred to everybody.
Yes.
With the grace of Dada Bhagwan and blessing of Niruma.
Yes, exactly. Tell us a little bit about Dada Bhagwan and what happened and why we have today what we have.
Because he is a person, he wants to know what is universal truth from
Yeah.
childhood. Where is a God, what he is doing, who is generated this world, who is governing this world. What are the spiritual know-how, it's unknown question,
And principles,
principles.
perhaps.
And he want to know and he want to give to world for inner happiness. And not only he want to know, but he want to share this happiness with everybody. And from childhood he is searching where is a God, what is the true address of God.
And he was born a Jain.
Not
correct?
at all.
Oh, he wasn't.
He was a Vaishnava. He's a followers of Lord Krishna,
Oh,
father and mother,
I see. Interesting.
non-Jain.
Uh-huh.
But he studied all spiritual scripts of not only Jainism, Gita, Ramayana, Upanishad, Vedanta, and also Bible and Quran,
Mm-hmm.
Vachanamrut of Sahajanand Swami. He learned everything and he studied that where is the correct universal truth. But he found this is the principle is given written inside. He can't get experience. It is informations.
Mm-hmm.
He want experience of soul, and he wants such experience he can share with other people also. Give it to all other people, and maximum to the married people.
Mm-hmm. The householder.
Yeah, because these people are suffering too much,
Of course.
and they
Of
want.
course.
He want to share that knowledge to married people. They have some husband, wife, children, father, mother, and in that actual position they can get because Dada Bhagwan, he is also married person,
Mm-hmm.
and he want to show world that in the marriage life also when person can get realization of soul and liberation of soul. You want
In
to
a
give
sense, what I'm hearing you say, Deepakbhai, is that this is the way to actually live life, that perhaps like through the experience of birth and past lives, we are born into a level of ignorance in a certain way, and we've lost the proper relationship between the soul and our outer lives. The bridge isn't there, the knowledge of the soul is lost. So we identify ourselves with the outside world, so to speak, and what people teach us about ourselves. Like I was reading in one of your books that Dada Bhagwan actually was asking someone, "Who are you?"
Who
and
are
he
you?
said, my name is Chandra. He said, no, no, no. Who are you? And he said, Chandra. And so that illuminates or elucidates the confusion that we all have. We think we are the things that we are taught we are, distinct from who we are as soul, which essentially is a divine identity, if you will. Is that a fair way of putting it?
Yeah, correct. And because worldly knowledge is not wrong, but it is relative correct. I am Deepak, I am son of my so-and-so, I am brother of so-and-so, but it is relatively correct. And we are believing that I am Deepak, it is really Deepak.
Yes.
But really we have to know who am I.
On the absolute level.
Absolute level. Yeah. So Dada Bhagwan has given this understanding. Just with intellect you can understand. Yes. Suppose if you say this is my house, then honor and house must be separate.
Right.
So what about your body? What you will say, my body or I am body? You never say I am body.
Right.
So my body, so honor of the body must be separate from belongings.
Yeah.
So about, you want to realize who am I in this body, then separate I and my, belonging and honor. My speech, my thoughts, my intellect, my ego, my wife, my children, my property. So everything comes in my department. What comes in I?
Mm-hmm.
So I without my is pure soul.
Yes, I see.
Separate I and my with separator.
So when people go through the Gnan Vidhi process, you are helping them. I don't know what word to use, but
helping.
You are facilitating through the process that very clear distinction and experience on the level of experience between soul, them, we as soul, and our outer identity.
Yeah. Because this is spiritual science. If you want to separate water, means hydrogen and oxygen from water, there is a scientists have some experiment to separate hydrogen and oxygen from water. See, bad water, means dirty water to clean water, pure water. Yeah. It is a religion. Make bad things, leave all bad things, adopt good things. But up to, if you adopt so much good things, still you cannot reach to the element pure soul or hydrogen or oxygen. And this is religions. It is, you have to put filters and so much effort to clean bad, impure water to pure water. But still we can reach to hydrogen and oxygen. And if you take some little dirty water and if you analyze, then hydrogen or oxygen are impure in that dirty water? Never. It remains pure in the all stage. Like that, soul is always pure in everybody, every living creature.
Right.
And that we want to realize through spiritual science. So religion cannot give the realization of soul. It can help you to develop. But when the spiritual scientist comes, enlightened person comes, his grace by some experiment, he can separate soul and Deepak, this relative body and soul.
Yes.
So by this spiritual experiment, water can be divided into hydrogen and oxygen. Pure element can be separated. Like here also, soul can be separated from other matter. There are two elements in this body, pure soul and one matter.
And everything else.
And all these other things.
Sure.
But like that experiment, here also experiment, we can say as a Gnan ceremony, Gnan Vidhi. And within 1 hour you can have separation from Michael and you are pure soul.
Mitchell. Right.
Mitchell and pure soul. In other 1 hour we are explaining how to keep awareness of pure soul in worldly life. Because you have responsibility of as a husband, as a father, or job or business, whatever. We want to dissolve also that responsibility. fulfill that responsibility.
Sure. So would you say also then, after the experience of the initiation, the Gnanvidhi, there is the ability to be in the world,
Yeah.
in daily life,
Yeah.
in a sense, a more effective way?
Yeah.
Because
More effective way.
there's greater clarity of who one is.
Yeah.
And one can be present in the world in a detached but present way.
Yeah. Because in ignorance of soul, we are doing whole worldly things. Same thing you can do all worldly things in the awareness of pure soul. So we have one small candle in our home, and with the help of that candle, if you do whatever you want to do, and with full light, what difference between full light and candle? So intellect is just like a candle, and light of soul, direct light of soul is full light of soul.
Right.
And in full light, whatever you are doing in your home, you can do, but with help of full light.
Exactly.
Like that, in awareness of pure soul, you have to finish your whole karma. And very, very important part, with this knowledge, you are not charging new karma for next life.
Right. So
Because
will there be...
what is salvation? Whatever we are suffering in this world, whatever we have charged in past life, we have to get effect in this life, discharge with this discharge karma.
Sure.
So, charge and discharge, causes and effect, is due to ignorance we are charging karma, and we have to suffer in next life.
Charging as in accruing karma.
Recycle, charge and discharge. Now you want to get salvation, then first you have to stop charging of karma.
Making new karma,
Making new karma. Then once you stop your charging of karma, then automatically your new body, new mind, new speech will not get in next life. And pure soul without body, without karma, without atom, gets liberated from this world. It's called ultimate salvation. It's called liberation.
Where do I sign up?
Because he got that realization and he experienced the soul.
Sure.
Then he can share to everybody. He has given this knowledge to everybody.
Well, that brings up a whole other point, which is that in India alone, which is a culture that goes back at least 10,000 years, that's just what we have some memories of, some records of, but I have a feeling it goes back way, 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 way longer than that. And China, and Tibet, and Africa, and other places in the world which we know today primarily as sacred sites. There have been teachers, I don't know if you would use the word Gnanis, but certainly the word Gnani, I was realizing that Sanskrit and ancient Greek are related through the Indo-European languages. And the GN sound is also the basis of the word in Greek gnosis or gnosis, which means knowing, knowledge. It's actually the hidden knowledge, the inner knowledge. So here you see in language that there is this relationship between those who know across the world, across all cultures, and across, in fact, all time. So, with that being the case, there have to have been, and there have been, people who have been liberated, who have been in touch with their soul from different paths, different cultures. What do you have to say about that?
See, suppose there is a college, medical college. So there are so many standards from KG to PhD level. So whole world is like there are 360 degrees and we have to reach at the center. So at the center it is salvation or liberation. But before that we have to go through all degrees, all standards. So we should not stay.
Zero?
No, we should not stay in one standard. We should not stuck in one standard. We have to get study and go and next standard. But what is the ultimate goal of the life? To get realization of soul. So whole universe, there are so many religions that are actually supporting each other. No, not a single religion is wrong or not a single religion is, all religions are not same, but they are in gradation.
Yes, okay.
Some are one standard, first standard, some are second standard, some are primary, some are secondary, higher
sure.
secondary, college and PhD level. So where there is a knowledge of soul, soul is permanent, they are as a college or say higher level. And they don't know about soul. They don't know about reincarnation. Because Christianity and Muslim, they don't believe for reincarnation.
Well, actually, at the beginning of Christianity, reincarnation was part of it.
Yeah.
And it was removed for what I believe to have been economic and political purposes back in around the 5th century. So originally they were there because they are actually in Judaism, which of course Christianity is based upon.
It is believed, and see, their words are limited, but their belief is limited, but words is perfect. Because they says lucky person, unlucky person. It is a meaning of reincarnation. From where luck or unluck comes. Or another thing. They believe that at the day of judgment,
yes,
if you have done good deeds, you will get heaven.
A good life in heaven.
In heaven. So who takes that next birth in heaven? Because body is finished in body. So spirit has taken new birth. So it proves that there is a second birth. So in Hinduism, it says after that immediately soul gets new body. So immediately new birth, reincarnation. In Muslimism also they says Qayamat ke din Khuda Jannam mein bhejega, Jannat. The Jannam and Jannam, it is a hell and heaven. And soul has taken new birth. So indirectly reincarnation proves in Christianity,
yes,
as well as Muslim.
I understand. My point is, I think you've answered the question, which is you're saying that there is a place for all of the wisdom, all the teachings, all of the knowledge, and if you have a 360-degree circle, of course, then everything has its place along the path. There are different degrees of intelligence and of possibility of soul liberation along all of the teachings. And what you're implying, of course, is that here, with what Dada Bhagwan has taught and transmitted, there is the opportunity for the full flowering, if you will, of the 360th degree. Is that what I'm hearing from you?
No, but one thing, every religion cannot reach to salvation directly. So 4th standard person, boy, cannot become PhD doctor. He has to go through development.
Yes. Oh, yes. Here we go with the elevator.
Yeah.
I see.
And this is a path of elevator.
Okay.
This is special path because worldly path is a step by step. We have to get realization of soul by step by step. We have to do chanting Namasmaran, then do worshipping God, then yoga.
Sure. Bhakti yoga, Jnana
Bhakti
yoga, Hatha yoga,
so many steps.
Karma yoga, Bhakti yoga.
In
yes.
yoga, there are 8 steps. Yam, Niyam, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Pratyakyan, Dharana, Dhyay, Samadhi, like that.
You'll need several lifetimes to do it.
Several lives, infinite lives.
Yes.
Sometimes, like this path, this is an exceptional case. The path without step, like elevator. Suppose you want to go from New Jersey to Boston, you can go through car also.
Right, exactly.
A direct
this
flight.
I think this is a rocket ship.
It's like a rocket, definitely. In that path, we have to leave anger, greed, lust, pride, slowly reduce your ego, dissolve your ego, attachment, hatred dissolves. And in this path, we have to bypass all anger, greed, lust, ego, everything remain as it is. And we are bypassing everything and we directly reach to soul.
But the personality has to, in a sense, catch up, doesn't it? I mean, the personality is still where it is, but the soul has become present.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a kind of a dissonance almost in some way, while the personality catches on as to what it actually is and is not.
Correct. And relative part remain as it is. Deepak remain as it is. But I can liberate it from Deepak. I can free from Deepak. My speech, my thoughts, my actions, yes, it is all belongs to Deepak, not with me. So I feel free from mind, speech and body.
However, there is a very deep connection between these two, because your your understanding of yourself as soul is going to filter in to Deepak as human being.
Yeah.
So in that way, upgrade in a certain way the life, the impurities, say, of Deepak, the personality, because you're giving to that part of you the light of the soul.
Awareness of soul.
Awareness of soul, yeah.
So we can dissolve all impurities, and that is another part. Dada Bhagwan has given one statement for in relative world. Don't hurt anybody with your mind, speech and action body. And if you hurt anybody, do apology, repentance. It's called as pratikamana.
Yes, I see, right.
Forgiveness.
Well, as we have in the West, this idea of Hippocrates, who the father of medicine, as the first rule is do no harm. So, see, we have analogies between East and West yet again. This material is so deep and so informative and informing on many deep levels. I would like to, if we could, continue, and we'll say so long to our audience just now and pick up and carry through.
Definitely. Because within 1 hour, we can't show even trailer also.
Look, you give liberation in 48 minutes. We can get something done here.
But one thing I can say, it is only information you are getting here.
Yes.
When you want to experience, you have to come to us. Enlightened candle can enlighten others.
Exactly.
You have to touch that enlightened candle.
Exactly.
In TV, you can see how this enlighten is going on. But when you want to get enlightened, you have to come personally.
And get it.
Get it.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Okay. It's truly a pleasure to have you. This is Mitchell J. Rabin for A Better World. I hope you're beginning to get the energy of what's going on here with Deepakbhai and this entire tradition. Thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. And tune in again, because we will have Deepakbhai right back.